Welcome back to the Power Rangers right here at Comicstorian. This is where we take some of your favorite comic books, pop culture elements, movies, video games, even just generic pop culture stuff, and we turn it into a digestible storyline with dramatic reading. Today we're going to be covering The Power Rangers Necessary Evil Part 1. When we last left off with the Power Rangers, they had just defeated Draken. We then went on a different adventure with the Ranger Slayers and the Solar Rangers. But what is going on with Tommy the White Ranger? What is going on with the rest of the normal Power Rangers? Ever since they defeated Draken, we haven't heard from them in the Power Rangers comic book. Well, today we're going to tell you the follow-up story, the necessary evils that they will discover. After returning the pierced, shattered timelines of the universe back together, the Power Rangers made the choice to have their memories of these events removed in order to save humanity. Though some aspects of the splintered timelines were constant, no one knew any different. Now the Power Rangers find themselves in London, fighting yet another rampaging monster threatening to destroy everything. Along the London Bridge, the Black Ranger calls out that he is officially terrified. Did that thing really just call itself Nefarious? Kimmy yells that they need to focus on saving the people that are trapped in the cars. Ignore the giant rhino bird thing! But as everyone begins to work on teleporting the civilians out, one of the cars explodes, throwing the Yellow Ranger to the side. Nefarious screeches as it takes to the skies, and a few moments later, Tommy appears, wearing the White Ranger uniform. He jumps in, cutting the beast down its chest. He then turns to the team. "Hey, I'm sorry for being late. Beta 6 formation!" Everyone begins to focus their attacks on Nefarious, with Tommy charging in with his sword, delivering a final blow that ends the fight. Tommy stands back looking at the putties, asking if anybody else wants to try and beat them. And without saying a word, all the putties retreat. Once the civilians are rescued, the Power Rangers return to the command center where the Yellow Ranger asks if that was their first flying monster. Zordon tells her that technically Goldar has wings. Sometimes. They've also fought a two-headed parrot and the Chunky Chicken. The Yellow Ranger asks, "Was the Chunky Chicken really a thing?" And Kimmy tells her, "I don't even remember all their names anymore." Tommy then says that the wave of putties in London seemed excessive. Are they sure that no one was? But Zordon stops him. "There is no need for concern. Alpha 5 is closely monitoring the situation and there appear to only be a few minor injuries. No casualties. That was a formidable monster, but you all performed exceptionally well, especially our three newest Rangers, Rocky, Aisha, and Adam. Excellent work." It is then revealed that there are actually three new people wearing the old black, yellow, and red Ranger uniforms. Adam says that even though they have apparently lost the city, he at least got to see London. And Kimmy says that she doesn't want to kill the good vibes, but that Nefarious thing did give them way more trouble than it should have. They left the city looking like a demolition derby. There wasn't even a super monster. Billy adds that logistically, just the property damage alone is in the millions. Even with Prometheus' help, the rebuilding efforts are going to be huge. Rocky tells them all that he's sorry, but did they do something wrong? And Aisha tells him no. Kimmy and Billy are just reminding them that the Power Rangers before them set a pretty high bar. Tommy smiles, telling everyone, "We're still figuring this whole thing out, myself included. The good news is an ugly win is still a win. And with that said, they should all get some rest and meet back for some practice. Sound good?" Kimmy and Aisha storm off, stating, "Good, looking forward to it." And as everyone else leaves, Tommy remains with Zordon to ask, how bad was it really? Zordon says that the teamwork was improvisational. But above that, these new powers. Have you been experiencing any side effects of being the White Ranger? Tommy examines himself and says, "Honestly, I'm not sure what to call them, but I do feel different. Not bad though, I'm stronger and faster for sure, but yeah, I don't sleep anymore and I never feel tired. That's probably not normal, is it, Zordon?" Zordon tells him that the white light of goodness is a powerful source. "It will take some time to get used to your new abilities, but Alpha 5 will keep a close eye on the power signature to be sure. You were chosen for a reason, to be a guiding light, no matter how dark your path may become." Meanwhile on the moon, a voice comes from Rita's throne stating, "I pity these Rangers, spending all their time defending these insignificant little rocks, while others conquer the galaxy." Finster asks, "Should we send another wave of putty patrollers? The recent upgrades have made them especially dangerous." The figure stands up from Rita's throne, telling him, "I won't strengthen the Rangers' resolve with another hollow victory." Golda then asks, "Perhaps a new monster, one with slightly more firepower." The figure cuts him off. "That path will only lead to failure. That was Rita's way. And Lord Zed is not Rita Repulsa. Unlike before, I won't run from a fight. Instead, I will simply change the rules. Back down on Earth, Aisha, Adam, and Rocky fight their way through the onslaught of putties, when suddenly an explosion goes off, opening up a path. Kimmy calls out from her Zord that they need to get the people clear. She'll lead them past the monsters. Adam begins directing everyone into the opening, but Aisha yells, "No, we're changing it up. We're going to the right instead." Rocky asks her if she's sure. Kimmy said that she'd cover, but Aisha asks him, "Which path looks safer, Rocky?" Kim can keep the monster busy while we avoid getting any closer to the giant monster. But as Aisha charges in, a group of putties swarm in, taking her down, and everyone else. Tommy sighs. "And you're all dead again." Billy asks if he was expecting a different outcome. This particular pocket dimension simulation is a no-win scenario. Even if they'd followed Kimberly, they wouldn't have changed the outcome. They are close to being what they used to be. Tommy tells him that they don't have time for close. Reed is gone, and Zed's a whole nother level for them to deal with. If Jason, Trini, and Zach were here, maybe, but look at this group. They just can't be good. They have to be better. Back on the moon, an alien ship lands and a group of mercenaries step out carrying a large steel crate. The leader of the group says that this thing killed 6 of his men. This better have been worth it. And Zed tells him, "I warned you to not try and pet it. Now step out of the way." The crate opens up and Zed looks down at the creature inside, telling it, "Hello again, Dane. Never thought I'd find you rotting away in a prison cell. I hope you were there on purpose." The man stands up, telling him, "You know me. Never could turn down a challenge." Zed tells him, "Good. I have a task that requires your skill. One contract, multiple targets. The Power Rangers." The dog-like creature tells him, "I don't normally do small jobs like this, but again, everything's negotiable." Down on Earth, Tommy, Kimmy, and Billy all hang out at the juice bar after class. And Kimmy asks if everything's all right. Things seem different. Tommy tells her that if Jason can handle it, so can he. And to try and lighten the mood, Billy says that he finally got to speak with Trini. Sounds like they're having a great time in Switzerland. He's actually supposed to vid-chat with them but Tommy grabs his thing, cutting him off. "Tell them I hope they enjoy themselves skiing." As he leaves, Billy says that he didn't realize that he was still upset. Kimmy says that everyone left him to go talk peace while they stayed to fight the war. Why shouldn't they be upset? But soon, Billy's phone buzzes as Trini, Jason, and Zach all pop on the screen, and Kimmy changes her tune. "Hey, all 3 of you? To what do we owe the pleasure?" Zach says they're actually on break, and Jason says, late night cram session. Kimmy asks what kind of stuff do they need to learn at a peace summit. And Zach tells her, economic peace stuff. It's all really boring. Trini asks how everyone's doing back at home. How are the new Power Rangers? And Billy says that they're great, but they aren't them, which isn't a bad thing or a good thing. Jason then asks, "Where's Tommy?" And Kimmy says that they just missed him. Where are they going anyway? Jason tells them that he's sorry. The reception's a little spotty. They're actually pretty far off the grid. But what Billy and Kimmy don't see is that Trini, Zach, and Jason are all wearing new Power Ranger costumes. Trini tells everyone, "Come on, you're not fooling anyone. You guys are hiding something." And Zach nervously laughs. And Trini asks, "What are you talking about?" And Kimmy laughs. "The wooden shoes. Come on, pan down and show me your clogs." Zach tells her, "Yeah, I'm wearing them right now. They're surprisingly comfortable." Billy then says, "Actually, we were thinking, maybe Alpha could teleport us out to Switzerland for a day and see what you're up to." Trini stops him. "Yeah, that'd be great. We're just a little busy. Give us some time to check our schedules and find the perfect day, okay?" Billy says, "Right, well, yeah, it was just an idea." And Kimmy then says, "Well, we gotta go. Alpha just beeped, so." Jason smiles. "Gotcha. It's great hearing from you guys. Can't wait for you to come out. Talk soon." As the call ended, Billy looks at his communicator and says that Alpha doesn't need them. And Kimmy tells him, "Yeah, well, apparently he's not the only one." Meanwhile, elsewhere, Zach asks, "Do you think they really bought it?" And Trini asks, "Really? Absolutely not. Did you see Kimberly's face? She totally knows we're not in Switzerland." Jason then says that they just need to be more careful, get their stories straight. Advisors, names, discussion anecdotes, it all has to feel realized. Zach pulls a vine out of the way stating, "Yeah, I hate lying to them. When we decided to leave, this is not what I thought we'd be doing. This is the last place I thought we'd end up." As the wind blows through Trini's hair, she says, "Yeah, but the view in Safe Haven isn't so bad." Just then a voice calls up asking if they decided to do jungle training without her. Is it because they're afraid that she'll beat all 3 of them up? A purple-skinned alien woman walks up the hill with Trini stating, "Hi, Kaya. Had a phone call. Kaya laughs, telling them that if they're all finished with that, they got some work to do. The four of them get back to helping rebuild the ruined city for its inhabitants when Trini's morpher beeps. She tells everyone that it looks like their good deeds are going to have to wait. She really has the worst timing. A short while later, over the command center known as the Eternity Point, the robot She says that humanity's utter contempt for punctuality never ceases to amaze. Trini says that she's sorry they were helping with the housing situation, and Zach tells her, yeah, we could really use some help out there. You know, you being a robot and all. She tells him, yes, well, sadly, my time is best spent staying vigilant. We've detected multiple energy spikes in the Zernox system, level 4. Jason asks if it's friendly or hostile, and she says that that is currently unknown. Trini then says that it would be nice to not go in blind for once. A voice then asks, isn't that the point? Free will, choice, unpredictability! As the blue Morphin Master appears, Jason tells Emissary that they just picked up another spike. Did he see anything that they should be aware of? Emissary focuses for a moment, stating that he can see a malice forged by pain and hunger, red wings in the night, tears in the sky, and a monster disguised as a man? Remember, we're not just shepherds, we're hunters. We're not just guides, we're guardians, or at least we will be. Be safe and mindful, Rangers. Everyone holds up their fists with Jason telling him, we will. All right. Omega Rangers, it's morphin' time! The four of them call upon their powers, with Trini for yellow earth, Zach for black air, Jason for red fire, and Kaya for teal water. Once they transform, Jason shouts, Omega now, Omega forever! As the team arrives at Zernox 2, Trini helps clear a path for some trapped inhabitants, telling them that they're there to help them to safety. Please hurry. One of the women then asks, you're not Zernoxian? And Kaya tells her, no, but don't worry, we're here to save you. What happened? The woman nervously looks away, stating the name Vox, the powered one. He destroyed their city, fought off their soldiers, and people rose up in his name. They took her father. They must go before... But before the woman could finish, lightning strikes down and a man laughs, stating, all you do is run, run, run. You shatter a few buildings and everyone starts to treat you like a god. The man fully stands up, towering over Kaya, telling her, well, you look colorful. My name is Garrison Vox. What are you supposed to be? Zach tells him, you know, super secret space ninjas, or in your case, your worst nightmare. He jumps in, but Vox punches him out of the way, with Jason stating, do you remember how we dealt with War Bunny? Trini gets close to get Vox's attention, stating that she sort of remembers, and Jason leaps in, kicking Vox across the field and into a wall. Vox gets back up laughing, stating, and I thought this was going to be boring! Jason tells him that they need to stop. They're not here to fight. They're here to help. They are the Omega Rangers. They know what happened. He woke up one day with powers beyond his control. That's because he's connected to something they call the Morphin Grid. All of them are connected. Come back with them to Safe Haven. They can teach him to control those abilities. He doesn't have to be afraid anymore. Vox stomps on the ground to gather his strength, asking a simple question. Do I look like I'm afraid? Jason sighs, telling Kaya, he's all yours. Vox lunges at the ground, and instead of everyone else running in, Kaya runs in alone. The two leap into the air, and Kaya punches Vox down to the ground. Kaya looks down at him, stating, yeah, you're not the only one with power. Jason radios She, telling him that the target has been neutralized, categorized as hostile, bottling him up now. And later, back at Eternity Point, Kaya tells Emissary that their foe was powerful, almost as strong as her. Maybe instead of confining him, they could try to convince him to join. They could save him, just like they did her. Emissary states, you speak with kindness. We will try. But I fear Vox's heart is already twisted, and access to the Morphin Grid has only worsened that. The universe nearly died because of his hubris. Not just because of the actions of one disturbed individual, but because of the inaction of so many. We all have difficult choices to make if we're going to make sure that the shattering never happens again. And with that, She takes the bottle and adds it to the shelf of thousands of individuals attached to the Morphin Grid. Thousands of individuals that the Emissary needs to prevent from shattering the grid again. And there you have it, issues 40 and 41 of the new Power Rangers run, basically, that's been going on, The Necessary Evil. Now, I want to try and work this into our schedule on a weekly basis, and if you want that, consider giving this video a like, because that's how we know the videos you want. If you don't want to give us a like, hey, it's your choice, free will, man, but go ahead and hit subscribe also if you wouldn't mind, but once again, your choice. Don't forget, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up though. So basically, at the time of the original show, when they decided to bring in the White Ranger, the actors that played Jason, Zach, and Trini all left the show due to poor treatment from the show's producers. Well, obviously in the comic book universe, we can keep using Jason, Trini, and Zach. So this is apparently what they were doing that whole time. They want to become Omega Rangers. Really awesome, and I'm excited to see where Necessary Evil is going to go next. I'm reading this as we're writing it, so I'm not actually like ahead of the storyline. I'm actually like enjoying it with the rest of you guys right now. But we got White Rangers, we got the original Rangers, and we got Omega Rangers, and we've got stuff going on attached to the shattering of the grid. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to try to work this in on a weekly basis with Avatar and other books. I hope you guys are excited for it, and I'll see you next time right here at the Comicstorian channel.